This is part 2 to our photoshopping. I'm just going to show you some cropping and some free transforming of the image by cutting it out. And this is useful if you want to have a white background or cut the figure out. So whenever you're treating the image in terms of composition, a good place to start is just clicking on the background and turning it into a layer. So that allows you to move it around separate to the background. And you can make it bigger by going here and going image, and you want to say image, actually edit, and then free transform. So often I'm using the key controls, so that's why I'm a bit lost using the titles up there. Okay, so we press free transform, then you can hold shift to keep it in proportion. You can make the image bigger and then enlarge it to crop it to the background. So you just wanted it to be head and shoulders, you could do that. Okay, or if you just wanted the bottom half of the image, etc. You get the idea. You can also warp the image doing that. There's all these great tools for changing the shape of the image. So again, you go edit, free transform, and then there's all these different ways of warping and rotating the image. But for today, we're just doing the free transform. So once you've done that, say we want to work with the image in this way. Now what we can do is cut out the background. So using the magic wand tool, if the background was all even, like say it was kind of an off-white, we could use this and select all the white background, changing the tolerance. So want it to be, see that's less tolerant, more tolerance of the background. And then you can hit delete and it deletes everything that's selected. Okay, so this image isn't a white background, it's really detailed, so we're going to do it manually. So I'll just deselect the image. Now I'm going to zoom in and just do it manually. I'm going to select, so instead of using the wand tool, I'm going to use this selection tool, and I'm going to do it with the polygon lasso tool. You can also use the magnetic one if you've got a clear foreground and background, but we don't. So just click. I'm going to just do it super rough because we're limited for time. Say you click somewhere that you're not happy with. Say I clicked here, then I just press delete and it deletes the last click. Okay, then move your image, keep clicking. This is a bit rough. Okay, just to show you all. Okay, we'll just go to the bottom of the image, go along, cut up here because I want to show you. Okay, over here. Okay, and so we're nearly finished cutting the model out. Okay, then you can just click on the last one, it joins everything. So let's zoom out so we can see. Now, if I hit delete, it deletes the figure, right? So we don't want to do that, undo that. So go select, inverse, and then delete. So now we've got no background. Now I'm going to deselect it. When I go to save this image as a JPEG, all of that area with the checkers will go white. Okay? If I leave it how it is, what I can do is I can actually select the figure and free transform it again. So edit, free transform, and I can play with the figure some more if I wanted to make it smaller or bigger. So I can do that. I could also just select what I've got if I want to get tricky, and then select that and then copy it and then paste it. And then I have two figures, and then I could paste it again, then I have three, and I can make them go different sizes too. So that's if you want to get tricky with your post-production. It gives you all these options because you've now got a figure that's cut out on a white background. So we can do things like that with our figure. Okay, and then again, if you wanted to flatten it all, you can go image, you can merge down, merge visible, or flatten image if you want to flatten everything. Okay, so we can just flatten image, and then that shows you with the white background, and then you just save that. Okay, the other thing that you can do in terms of post-production and treating the image is if you want to clone something out, like say I wanted to take out this little bit of green here, I can use the clone tool, which is this tool here, and clone stamp tool, click on that. This is a bit big for the area I want to do, so make it smaller. You can adjust the hardness, etc. Okay, so here's my clone tool. So I press, okay, I want to select the area that I want by pressing Alt, and then it's sampling that area beside the plant, and then I can cover the plant up. So that's if you want to take out things in your image that don't belong there. Okay, and then you try and sample as close to the thing you're wanting to cover up. So press Option for the spot you want to sample for your cloning. Okay, so again, Option, and it takes from there and then it adds it over the leaf. So you can take the leaf, okay, out totally. So see how it's picking up on that edge? You just have to re-select where you want the clone tool to sample from to cover up your bit of green. Okay, so now you can see it's a bit rough because I haven't been careful with what I'm doing. So now I want to use this Band-Aid tool, or the healing brush it's called. And what that does is it samples from around the area and it merges all that information. So it's kind of like a little kind of blending tool. So then it kind of disguises all my marks. Sometimes this works really well. It just depends on the area you're sampling. Like if I go, so see how it's kind of making it look more natural, all those clone marks. But see if I go too close to these letters, it's covering that up pretty good because there's more yellow around. But sometimes it's hard if there's different stuff. Like see how it gets a bit blurry? If you wanted to take all the text off, then you would use the clone tool is better than the blending, but the healing tool is good in terms of cleaning the marks up left by the clone tool. Okay, so that's good for taking scuffs off shoes, or if you've got any marks on the face, on the model's face that you don't want there, or lipstick that's not in the right spot or something like that, then you can use all of this. Or if you've got a stain on a garment you don't want there. So you can see all those marks are there. Again, this is the healing. So you can just kind of keep playing around until it looks exactly how you want. Okay, so that's some just basic ways that you can cut out your image and touch it up and play around with the post-production.